Hey guys, how's it going? So this video is about Donald Trump and Mark Cuban. I ran across a video of Mark Cuban talking about Donald Trump, at least for the first 9 minutes of the video, and I decided I'm going to post it on my channel just to let my viewers know more about Mark Cuban. Because I've been obsessed with Mark Cuban ever since he partnered up with Voyager, and I wanted to learn more about him. And overall, I think he's a pretty smart person. He's on Shark Tank, and he's connected to a lot of businesses, and a lot of people know him. A lot of wealthy people know him, especially even Donald Trump knows him. So, I think that Voyager scored a big win with signing on Mark Cuban. This is my opinion. So I have a video. I'm gonna play this video, and then I will talk more about it. Because this video is very funny, very funny. You're probably gonna laugh a little bit as I play it. So, anyways, let's begin.
That to you and Don. Thank you very much for coming, Mark.
Thank you.
I'll begin by asking some of my questions before passing it to students in the audience. But let's get straight to it. It is no secret that you and Donald don't always agree on things. Are there any things you particularly disagree on?
I mean, I just don't think he's very smart.
Right.
It's funny, when I've known Donald for a long time, for better and worse, and we've always had a love-hate relationship. When I say something negative about him, he hates me, and when I say something nice about him, he loves me. And it doesn't matter. If you say something nice about Donald Trump, he'll love you no matter what. So when he first started to run, I didn't really take it all that seriously, but I came out and I said it was refreshing to have a candidate that was candid, wasn't scripted, said what was on their mind, and wasn't traditional. And obviously a lot of people felt that way, and I supported him. And so during the primaries, I supported him against Ted Cruz, who is a Republican senator from Texas, my home state, who I thought was dangerous, an ideologue, but also smart, which is an even worse combination. So I thought, okay, if we have Ted Cruz as a candidate, that's a bad thing. So I told Donald I would support him. And I would talk to him all the time, and he would call me up and he'd say, have you seen the polls and this and that? And from time to time, as he started talking about things, I was like, Donald, I mean, I can't support you on these issues. Some of the stuff is just batshit crazy, but I don't want Ted Cruz to win. And he was like, oh, that's okay, Mark, that's okay. We'll see what happens. And I honestly didn't think he believed he would win. Because I remember, this is a big job, Donald. Well, we'll see what happens. And hey, did you see these polls? And hey, I'm winning here, and I would congratulate him. And from time to time, there would be, topics that would come up. And I remember it was about this time last year when the whole topic of encryption came up with Apple and the FBI. And I tried to explain it to him. And it was just, there was no point. And so, as time went on, it got to the point where it was obvious he wasn't making an effort to learn. And one time I went on TV on CNN and criticized him, and he sent me a note. So the way Donald Trump sends a note is his assistant, one of his assistants, would email me, and I would respond to the email, and then she would print out the email. He would write on the email, scan it. I would get a copy of the scan. Efficiency at its best. And so he sent it back in that format, and he said, after I criticized him, what happened? And I'm like, Donald, I've told you, at some point, you've got to learn the issues. And that was last time I talked to him. Because that was not and has not been important to him. And, call me crazy, but if you're running for president of the United States or our president of the United States, I prefer my presidents to understand the issues. So, he doesn't like me anymore.
Right. So you called Trump not very smart, and he wrote a fortnight ago, I know, on Twitter, of course, I know Mark Cuban well. He backed me big time, but I wasn't interested in taking all of his calls. He's not smart enough to run for president. Who's smarter, you or Trump?
It's like asking me if I'm smarter than a ham sandwich. But I got to tell you the story, right? So I'm laying in bed Sunday morning, and like everybody else, you wake up, you're groggy. What's the first thing you do? You go to the bathroom. But then after that, you come back and you check your phone, right? And so I'm checking my phone, I go through my emails, and I get to Twitter. You start going through your mentions. And there's the President of the United States tweeting about me. And the first thing that goes through my mind is, oh, the world must be safe, world peace must be in place, life must be perfect, because what else does the President of the United States have to do but tweet to Mark Cuban? That's the first thing. The second thing you think of is, oh shit, what am I going to respond with? And so that was the most interesting part, because having done this with him, I mean, if you go back, I've had Twitter wars with him going back for as long as Twitter has been around. And they're just totally ridiculous. I mean, things like him asking about Obama's birth certificate, and then me asking him whether or not he remembered me, him, and Barry playing soccer in Kenya together, but just dumb shit. But so I'm trying to think how to respond, and you know, it's like if any of you have been criticized on Twitter, social media, right, your first thing is, okay, how am I going to get back? What am I going to say? And I went through all these things in my mind, and then I just came down to it. I'm like, LOL, you know, that was it. And talking to people around him, that just burned him bad, right? He was just like, he couldn't get it. So yeah, so when the supposed leader of the free world calls you stupid and says he knows you really well, says he would, you know, that I called him and wouldn't take his calls, which is a lie because I don't have his number, but he would always call me or email me. It's just crazy. I mean, when you think about it, the President of the United States is making shit up about me.
Makes you a big deal, right?
No, it says nothing about me.
Okay, and another mention that you may have seen this morning was from Business Insider. They say that you've got a competitive chance against Trump in 2020. Are you up for that fight?
Well, it's only 2017, you know, and it's only February, so I got plenty of time. It just depends what happens. You know, it's not something that I want to do. It's not like my dream or an ambition to run for president or be president. Mostly not because I don't think I could do the job, not because I don't think I'm smart enough, but just because of the impact on family. You know, I've got 3 young kids, 7, 10, and 13, and that's a big deal to me. And, you know, it's just a family decision. So I have plenty of time to decide, but to me, it really depends on what happens in the next 3 years. It's really hard to look at the first 31 days and think everything's just going to be rosy for the next 3 years, but, you know, who knows? I've been wrong before. You know, general consensus, conventional wisdom has been wrong before, and so we'll see what happens. Look, he's still the president, he's still the leader of the free world. We want things to work. We don't necessarily need for him to be right. We kind of hope he's wrong 9 out of 10 times with the things he's saying, but we still want things to work out, and so there's still that chance. It's like any business decision, it's like any decision in school, it's like any evaluation. There's no reason to rush into something to make a decision now. You want to let it play out and see what happens.
A lot of political analysts criticize Trump for not having any political experience. You say that you can do that job. What makes you think that? Well,
I mean, look, the problems that I've had, at least with Donald Trump, isn't his lack of political experience. It's his lack of leadership, his lack of communication skills, his lack of understanding, or his lack of attempt to learn. He doesn't read. I mean, there's just so many. None of these are political issues. And so, of all the skill sets you can hire in this world, politicians are the easiest to hire, and they're relatively cheap. And so, I don't see that as an issue. But it's obviously not an easy job, and it's a job. It's funny. When Obama first took over, I had, like any citizen, I had things that I liked about him and criticisms of him, but I got a chance to meet him and actually got the chance to be friends with him. And the one thing I respected of him, even when I disagreed with him, is that he understood what he was talking about. He could make a case for whatever position he was taking, even if I didn't agree with it. And we might butt heads, but I respected his position. You can't look at anything that Donald Trump has done in the first 31 days and said, I may disagree, but it's really well thought out and really reasoned. You're laughing. That's how sad it is. You know, it should be, well, there was that one thing. There is not that one thing. You know, it's scary. And so we want him to be successful. I actually like some of the cabinet people he's put around him, but, you know, time will tell.
And you endorsed Clinton in the election itself as opposed to primary.
Okay, that's it for the video. So I hope you found that entertaining. I found it hilarious. So I kind of wanted to make a video about it. I might not get monetized, but I don't care. Still wanted to release a video on it. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Subscribe for future updates and have a great day. Bye.